Hello and welcome to the Church of St. Stephen in Carlby. This building contains good specimens of 13th and 14th century work and has interesting remains of wall paintings. The tower here, with the tower arch, nave, arcades and north aisle, are all early 13th century work. The spire may be slightly later, though not appreciably. The line of the original steep pitch roof, formerly covering the nave and aisles, can be clearly seen here. This east window dates from the 15th century. This is the outside of the blocked north door with depressed segmental head. The south doorway is an early perpendicular piece of work, continuously moulded with embattled stops and hood mould. Over the chancel here is the considerable remains of a red ochre paint dating from around 1460. It was probably a painting of the Doom or Last Judgment. Unfortunately, only a small portion remains of the whole. The aisle roofs are modern ones of deal, which have been panelled and decorated. The doorway opening from the upper part of the tower into the nave is a curious feature and was found at the restoration. As there is no stairway in the tower, its use was presumably for access by ladder from the nave to the uppermost part of the tower. This clerestory dates from the early 15th century, and the detail is different on each side of the church. In the 14th century, the south aisle was rebuilt and not apparently widened. In the 14th century tomb recess in the north aisle is this worked stone, originally part of a grave slab with an incised cross. The pulpit is of oak panelling and early 17th century. The chancel arch was rebuilt and the chancel much altered in the 14th century. The remains of these mural paintings were found during the restoration and gave evidence that the whole church was formerly painted. These two oak benches remain from the 1500s. This is a holy water stoup just inside the south door. The Church of St. Stephen in Carlby.